Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all about the bars in my core. Represent MCs, accolade awards. That don't mean jack to me, this a courtside vibe. Game at a different speed, I'm an entirely different breed. League kinda off, meaning sick when centered out of your league. Only bar 6 and need an ER, Joel and B. Hold up. Hey, yo, Trey, you know they ain't ready to hear that real. But we gonna give it to them anyway. Let's get it. I'm all about the bars in my core. Represent MCs, accolade awards. That don't mean jack to me, this a courtside vibe. The game at a different speed, I'm an entirely different breed. League kinda off, meaning sick when centered out of your league. Only bar 6 and need an ER. Joel and B, the ilk of the saw. Inshallah, cool to the frog. This is your coup de grace. These are the sounds of a coup d'etat. Lead the wolves to the youth who shot a mob. Diety to the pew. Large as analog. Spinning my discard, but so the system is flawed. Rhymes from 9-6 now exist, clairvoyant. The now to be informed, glorified and informant. Y'all got it distorted. Bro, this the moment. Nah, this the omen. Fluidity anointed on demand, a live stream, and I get to perform. And none of them can touch the hem of my garment. Look, this that open. A cold brush recorded. Consider the cold crush, short brush retarded. My name, got some of y'all that rap in your feelings. The game break, put it on my back, Russell Wilson. Got the skill from listening to real spit. Got the word out of Philly, up the field shit. Unapologetically black. Lyrically, the wizard is attack. Hit it with a jizz on the track. King on deck now, Trump's gotta deal with it.
Don't talk to us about looting. The violence was what we learned from you. Do what you say. This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for black people. And we are tired.
I'm gonna stop it right there.
Hold on one second,
let
Trey.
it go.
Hold on, we failed to do something. So obviously it's a couple new people in here. So if people don't know, we are reviewing all the different remix submissions that Trey got. So right now, me and Trey are going over the remix submissions because I see some people saying, is this my beat or whatever? Some people just came in. So in our last live, we got through about 5 or 6 of them. This is the latest one that we were doing. This one is produced by Eternal, a.k.a. Mega the Immortal. Eternal, a.k.a. Mega the Immortal, right? So we going through this list of remixes, and we're giving, you know, just comments to the people. Something that we're doing for the producers is a dope little idea. But again, every time that we restart a live, there's some new people in here that didn't understand what we was doing, right?
No doubt.
So what's your reaction to that specific remix, Trey?
Okay, so it goes back to the convo we've been having since we started this thing. Groove. So before I knew the sample, and it was almost like he used the cheat code with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why I was laughing. It's definitely a cheat code for you, because anybody that's been around you for as long as I've been around you understands that this is your type of beat. This is the feel that you normally go after. These are the things that sort of attract you in terms of beat making, where you have, you know, those, should I dare to say, almost like Philly, you know, soul samples, or those Philadelphia International type records, or those, like, you know, those particular grooves are things that you would gravitate towards, or it's the reason why you would take a D'Angelo record and do your own record, you know what I mean? Like based off of Ladies, because those are your grooves. That's Trey's pocket. I think that's where you feel most comfortable. I think that's your natural, like, A zone. You know, not to say you don't have a bunch of different zones, because of course on your first album you presented a bunch of different personalities and flows and patterns, but it's a cheat code for you because that is the pocket that you absolutely love.
I have nothing else to add. I have nothing else to add. He used the cheat code with me, because that, I would say, have you ever loved somebody, man? That groove, that sample, like, you could have, he damn near could have just played the sample and I would have just rocked him at the, but the other part about it was he did pick the same drums that was on Ice Cream. I saw all of that roll up, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they were perfect drums for the flow. Again.
Right.
They were perfect drums for the flow.
I just felt as though now mix wise it could have had a
oh,
now
absolutely.
that you got the feel. Now that you got the feel, the drums need to come up a little bit, and he's got a beautiful filter on the sample. Sometimes that may need to come up, you know what I mean, and drop a little bit.
Make it bright.
Yeah,
make it
at certain points. At
in
certain
and out.
points.
In and out. Yep.
Or one of the tricks too is that if you got a filtered sample that got words in it, because it's playing during the did you ever, it's playing during that part. So you may want to start adding. It could be the same instruments, it could be different ones, just so mix wise you could bring the levels to a place where you bring those in and out and make dynamics in the record, so that it's not just the filter. Like you hit money with the filtered loop. Now let's produce it. Like that's the, you know what I mean? Now that we know exactly what this is, now let's produce it and make it sonically sound right and add those things, because I think that's for you especially, that's a vibe. That's a vibe.
It's a definite vibe. I mean, you're there, like Ruth said. Now take it out the park.
Yeah,
it's a hit. It has the potential to clear the stadium. Now let's clear the stadium. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, great. I mean, simple as that, man. Simple as that.
And it's one of those examples, Trey, where I was saying like some of these where I feel like, and we'll get to them later, where I feel like the beat doesn't necessarily match the song. This one is an example of being smooth, but still matching what's going on in the lyrics. So if you're thinking about the way that OJ's record is, just like, you know what I mean? Like this, you taking this is like a whole different approach. So it's like sometimes that's really good too, because it's like if I already have this, I'm not going to be looking for another one of these. I want this over here.
That's right.
Because now this is going to be different. So sometimes in remixing, it's almost like sometimes you remix to enhance the record of what was already there, and sometimes you remix to go in a completely different aspect than what they did. So that's a decision that you got to make as a person. That's just personal taste of where do I want it. But these are concepts you got to think about, where you're not just randomly picking a sample or just like, ooh, this sample's ill, this sample, and then you just start doing it. It's like, nah, does it fit?
Right.
Sort of thing.
And the key about this one was, like you said, and I saw a couple comments. It's smooth, but it still captures the soul. And the words, if you listen to the lyrics is all, it's all soul. It could be hard body, or, you know what I'm saying, it could be smoothed out, but it still captures the soul. Therefore, it still resonates within the lyrical content. You see what I'm saying? And therefore, it still meshes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Dope.
So that was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. My only comment would be just those mixes. Like we there. So let's, you know what I mean? You got a beautiful gem, shine it up. Like that's the only thing.
I agree. All right, what we on